Breaking news. Out of 138 nominees, the Nobel Peace Prize has gone to Maria Corina Machado, known as Venezuela's Iron Lady. She's being recognized for her decades-long fight against authoritarianism and her commitment to democracy. Despite threats to her life, she spent the past year in hiding. Machado now becomes the 20th woman ever to win the Nobel Peace Prize. Here's the official announcement.
The Norwegian Nobel Committee has decided to award the Nobel Peace Prize for 2025 to Maria Corina Machado. She is receiving the Nobel Peace Prize for her tireless work promoting democratic rights for the people of Venezuela and for her struggle to achieve a just and peaceful transition from dictatorship to democracy.
Congratulations to Maria Corina Machado on winning the Nobel Peace Prize. Her long-term efforts for the freedom and democracy of the Venezuelan people are admirable, and this award is well-deserved for her. As for Trump, don't be too disheartened about not winning the award. To be honest, these kinds of awards often involve some arrangements. It's not that you didn't try hard enough, but the rules and timing determine the outcome. I know he indeed made efforts in promoting historic peace agreements and easing tensions. We won't deny these contributions. The world has taken note, and many people feel sorry for his loss. I understand he might be a bit disappointed, but I want to say that the Nobel Peace Prize is just a symbol. What truly matters are his continued actions to promote peace and protect the people. As long as he continues to push for world peace and stability, opportunities will still exist next year, the year after, and beyond. During his term, he will surely, like me, bring the Nobel Peace Prize home.
Why is Trump so obsessed with winning the Nobel Peace Prize? Probably because I already won it. I don't think I deserve the prize, but Trump certainly doesn't. Every time I see him begging for the Nobel Peace Prize again, I can't help but laugh. If the Nobel Peace Prize were awarded to a selfish, paranoid, racist individual who drags our country into the mud, it would lose all credibility, legitimacy, and meaning. He constantly spreads hate and division, tearing society apart, and every so-called diplomatic achievement is more about boosting his image than actually solving real problems. To him, peace and diplomacy are just props to play with at will, and yet he keeps shouting that he deserves the Nobel Peace Prize, as if the louder he yells, the more likely the prize will magically appear in his hands. The Nobel Peace Prize is for those who genuinely advance peace. Giving it to him would be like handing an Oscar to an actor who spends all day performing but never learns the script utterly ridiculous.
This isn't Norway insulting Trump. It's them punishing arrogance. When I heard that the Nobel Committee told Trump, "You did many things, but not the right one," I had to admit the Norwegian Nobel Committee made the right decision. Peace should never be a PR performance. Trump once declared that if he didn't win, it would be an insult to America. That kind of statement, tying national honor to his personal ambition, only exposes how deeply he misunderstood what the Peace Prize stands for. Take the India-Pakistan conflict, for example. India never acknowledged Trump's claim of brokering a ceasefire. Even under tariff pressure, it refused to concede anything. Peace has never been a transaction. It isn't about signing a few agreements or smiling for the cameras while shaking hands. Peace is what remains when you have no army, no power, no guarantee of victory, and you still refuse to give up your ideals. Maria Corina Machado is exactly that kind of person.
Really? So, let's ask Trump. Mr. Man, what do you have to say?
Obama got a Nobel Peace Prize. He didn't do anything. They gave it to Obama for doing absolutely nothing. He got the Nobel Prize for doing nothing. They should give me the Nobel Prize. Everyone says that I should get the Nobel Peace Prize. I had so many people, you should get the Nobel Prize. I was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. I got the Nobel Peace Prize nomination. I got nominated for the Nobel Prize. Where's my Nobel Peace Prize they don't talk about? A Peace Prize Nobel nomination, and they didn't cover it. And I don't care, but I'm not looking for it. I'm not politicking for it. I'm just saying that there's a lot of unfairness in this world.
Yeah, well, you know what? No one has suffered more unfairness than him. He's had it hard, guys. He's had it really hard. He claims he's not politicking for the Peace Prize, which must be why the White House posted this very subtle message calling him the Peace President. The peace president is sending a platoon to invade a yoga studio in Portland right now. This is all you need to know about how we're being perceived around the world. Norway braces for Trump's reaction if he does not win the Nobel Peace Prize. That's not a headline from The Onion, that's real. The government of Norway is scared he might punish them, that he might declare them an enemy for not giving him the Nobel Peace Prize. Give me that Peace Prize or I'll stick it up your Aurora Borealis. No president.
Welcome back to my channel and thank you for clicking. He has lost. He has lost, but even though he lost, I'd like to remind you that even his nomination, being nominated in this Nobel Prize award, it was not fair. It was unfair. Why? Watch this.
Everybody that was a candidate to be a Nobel Prize to be considered this year, their applications had to be submitted before January 31st of 2025, which means President Trump had just been president for 11 days. You can't nominate him. He hadn't done anything yet. You know, President Obama got a Nobel Peace Prize 8.5 months of being a president. You know what that means? That means 2 weeks after he became president, they started nominating him to be considered as a Nobel Prize winner.
Wow.
So even though we say he won the Nobel Prize only 9 months later, he didn't. He won it 2 weeks later. Think about the madness of people who nominated him 2 weeks later, and you have a guy here that is stopping all the wars that started under Biden, whether it's the Ukraine-Russia that he's still dealing with, whether it's the, Hamas-Israel. Think about the stuff that he's doing, but the level of hypocrisy. The one person I will give credit to is, I thought it was such a beautiful moment where Maria Corina Machado, who ends up getting the Nobel Peace Prize, in her tweet, she did something that Obama should have done. She gave credit to the president and the White House, and that's how class looks like. Good for Maria Corina Machado.
Besides that, Mr. Orange couldn't believe that he can lose this award. He thought that it's a must. To get it's a must just because he's the president of the United States. He'll be making noise and people will fear him, then award him that prize, that Nobel Prize. But things get wrong. And why was he that confident that he's just going to get it in that easy way? Watch this.
Will be announced that he didn't win it. And so the thing that occupies the cavity in his chest where his heart should be, yeah, it's going to go crazy. He's going to lose his mind. And I know that because he did today. Donald Trump wants to win the Nobel Peace Prize, not because he is a president of peace, but because he thinks if he screams the loudest and attacks the most people, he gets a peace prize. Well, that is what he did today in front of the Finnish president, who gave a really humiliating answer for Trump when he was asked whether he thought the president should get the peace prize. We are going to get into it all and the meltdown that we saw in the Oval Office. But before we do, if I could quickly ask you to leave a like on this video, and if you haven't already and you enjoy our channel, to hit that subscribe button because it goes a long way in supporting our work. Now, before we get into those hilarious and humiliating moments, I want to start with the first question about Donald Trump's visit to Walter Reed.
Gentleman, nice tall gentleman, guy with the yellow shirt.
Thank you, Mr. President. I wanted to change gears just really quickly and ask you, you're going to Walter Reed tomorrow? What are you having done? And how are you feeling?
I'm meeting with the troops, and I'm also going to do a sort of semi-annual physical, which I do. And I think I'm in great shape, but I'll let you know. But no, I have no difficulty thus far. Is there wood around here? I'll knock on. No difficulty. Physically, I feel very good. Mentally, I feel very good. I did about 6-7 months ago. I do physicals. I like to, when I'm around, I like to check always early, always be early. It's a lesson for a lot of people.
Oh yes, Donald Trump is in the most perfect health. Everything is fine. Actually, later in this video, we're going to check out the rest of what he said because I just had to cut him off there before you really hear the insane ramblings that prove that President Pudding Brain is really not all there. And certainly the blotchy makeup on his hands and the cankles don't prove that the exterior is doing too well. The physical health is in tip-top shape. But Donald Trump is dealing with lots of different scandals, lots of different issues. But what is his mind focused on as a guy who wants to win the Nobel Peace Prize? Of course, it's not peace. Donald Trump is not tapped into the negotiations for peace in the Middle East. This is why Marco Rubio was whispering in his ear, handing him notes, explaining to him what he had to say because our president's too much of an idiot to participate in these negotiations. No, Donald Trump's not focused on peace. He's focused on yelling about the supposed wars he ended. This is the clip that happened right before the big meltdown after the president of Finland responded. But first, let's get into Trump.
One thing, I don't know what they're going to do, really, but I know this, that nobody in history has solved 8 wars in a period of 9 months. And I've stopped 8 wars. So that's never happened before. But they'll have to do what they do. Whatever they do is fine. I know this. I didn't do it for that. I did it because I saved a lot of lives. And that's the thing that bothers me so much about the Russia-Ukraine. 7,000 people are dying a week. Young soldiers. They're almost all soldiers of Ukraine and Russia. So in theory, it doesn't affect us, no, but it's a terrible thing.
Of course, that's how you win the Nobel Peace Prize, by demanding it and attacking anyone who says that you don't deserve it. If you won't give me that Peace Prize, I'm going to go attack you. Like, that is what Donald Trump has been saying over these past couple of weeks and past couple of months.
And imagine there are some people, there's some MAGA who are just complaining that he lost unfairly. They're like, how can he lose this? How can he lose this? Come on, see like this one.
I was just at a charity golf event that had like 200 Republicans. And when we saw the news that Trump didn't win the Nobel Prize, I'm going to tell you exactly how the conversation went. Hey, so Trump didn't win the Nobel Prize. They gave it to that chick from Venezuela. Oh, man, that sucks. I felt like he really deserved it. Yeah, I mean, we figured it was going to be a little political. I mean, it's going to be hard for him to get something like that. Yeah, but I definitely think he deserved it. Yeah, me too. But, watch this drive. That's about how much time we took to discuss Trump not getting the Nobel. It was about roughly 15 seconds of conversation. Now, we obviously think he deserved it. In the last decade, nobody has brought more peace to the world than Donald Trump. But again, we also were assuming that he wasn't going to win. Like, we were hoping he would win, but we never actually thought he would. So yeah, dude, if you could direct me to the MAGA who is melting down over this, I'd love to meet those people, because they're none of the Republicans or conservatives that I know.
That's this, guys. Thank you for watching, and credit goes to the owners of the clips used in this video. And thank you guys for watching. And please, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. And let's meet in another episode. Peace out.